This version contains poem text, line and stanza numbers, word meanings in parentheses beside difficult words, simple explanations below each line, summaries of stanzas or sections, symbolism, themes, and poetic devices embedded exactly where relevant. Background and reason for writing the poem at the start. Background and reason for writing the poem. When and why did W.B. Yeats write The Second Coming? Yeats wrote the poem in 1919, shortly after the devastation of World War I, at a time when the world felt broken and full of unrest. Europe had experienced the bloodiest war in its history, and Yeats was also witnessing the Irish War of Independence, the Russian Revolution, and the global Spanish flu pandemic. He believed that history moves in 2,000-year cycles, and that one cycle, the Christian era, was now collapsing to be replaced by something unknown and possibly terrifying. This poem reflects his fear, prophecy, and mystical beliefs. It imagines not a hopeful rebirth, but the rise of a dark new force, a rough beast that threatens the world. The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats. Stanza 1. One turning and turning in the widening gyre, spiral or vortex. Something is spinning out of control in a widening spiral. Symbolism. The gyre represents Yeats's vision of historical cycles, each spinning outward until it collapses. Poetic device, turning and turning, emphasizes the spinning chaos. 2. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. The bird has flown too far and can't hear its master anymore. Symbolism. The falcon is society or humanity. The falconer is moral or divine control. They're disconnected. 3. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Everything is breaking down. Nothing can keep things together. Theme. Collapse of social and moral order. Poetic device. Metaphor. The center stands for stability, reason, or religion. 4. Mere anarchy. Complete disorder and chaos is loosed upon the world. Total chaos is spreading across the world. Theme. Disorder and violence are taking over. 5. The blood-dimmed tide, wave filled with blood, is loosed, and everywhere, a wave of violence like a flood of blood is everywhere. Symbolism. Blood-dimmed tide suggests war, revolution, and mass death. Poetic device. Vivid imagery creates horror and urgency. 6. The ceremony of innocence is drowned. Good and innocent things are being destroyed. Theme. Loss of innocence and destruction of traditions. Symbolism. Ceremonies suggest social rituals or morality being overwhelmed. 7. The best lack all conviction, firm belief. While the worst, good people don't believe in themselves anymore. 8. Are full of passionate intensity, strong, often violent emotion. But bad people are loud and full of wild energy. Theme. Moral inversion. Evil grows strong while good grows weak. Poetic device. Contrast between best and worst highlights imbalance. Summary of stanza 1. The world is spinning into chaos. The old sources of order have broken down. Good people are silent, while dangerous ones are loud and dominant. Society is on the edge of collapse. Stanza 2-9. Surely some revelation, divine or dramatic disclosure is at hand. Something important or life-changing must be coming soon. Theme. A turning point in history feels near. 10. Surely the second coming, return of Christ or a symbolic rebirth, is at hand. Maybe it's the return of Christ or something powerful like that. Symbolism. Second coming usually means hope, but here it introduces fear. 11. The second coming. Hardly are those words out. As soon as I say second coming, poetic device, exclamation, and sudden shift builds drama and surprise. 12. When a vast image out of spiritus mundi, Latin, spirit of the world, Yeats's term for the collective unconscious, a strange image from the world's shared memory appears. Symbolism. Spiritus mundi is a mystical source of visions and symbols. 13. Troubles my sight, somewhere in sands of the desert. I see something frightening in the desert. Poetic device. Setting. A desert suggests barrenness and judgment. 14. A shape with lion body and the head of a man. It looks like a lion with a human head. Symbolism. Like a sphinx, a mix of beast and human, threatening and unnatural. 15. A gaze blank and pitiless, without pity or compassion, as the sun. Its eyes are empty and cruel, like the sun. Theme. A cold, merciless new force is rising. Poetic device simile. compares its eyes to the sun to show lack of emotion. 16. Is moving its slow thighs while all about it, it walks slowly. 17. Reel, stagger or spin, shadows of the indignant, angrily offended, desert birds. Angry birds fly around it in confusion. Poetic device, imagery and personification of the desert birds reacting with outrage. Mini summary, line 17. The poet expects a savior, but instead sees a terrifying vision. A beast rising from the desert, emotionless and cruel. It's a prophecy of something monstrous being born from chaos. 18. The darkness drops again, but now I know. Darkness returns, but now I understand something. Poetic device, symbolism. Darkness symbolizes ignorance or the unknown future. 19. That 20 centuries of stony sleep, 2,000 years of lifelessness or spiritual dormancy. For 2,000 years, everything has been still and quiet. Symbolism refers to the Christian era since the birth of Christ. 20. We're vexed, disturbed or troubled to nightmare by a rocking cradle, but a baby being born has disturbed this sleep with a nightmare. Symbolism, the cradle suggests a new birth, but it brings terror, not hope. 21. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last. A scary creature's time has finally come. Theme, a new age is starting, but it's dark and destructive. Slouches, moves in a lazy or sinister way towards Bethlehem to be born. It slowly heads to Bethlehem, not a savior, but a monster is being born. Symbolism, Bethlehem is where Jesus was born. This line reverses the idea of a holy birth. Irony, instead of Christ, a beast is coming. Summary of closing lines, 1822. Yeats suggests the peaceful age of Christianity is ending. What's coming next isn't hope, it's a new, terrifying era. A beast is coming to take the place of Christ, and the future looks frightening.